Hi, everybody. George Bliss here, and talking to Joe Caputo, the pitcher from the Circus Team. And Joe, big game this week at Forest Park as you played your father's team. They're the reigning champ Signature, and you guys won it in extra innings. That was incredible. That was one of the best games you've been in, I think.
Yeah, it was a very good game on both sides. We were up the entire game, I believe. And then it was 6-3, bottom 7. They scored 3. And we actually answered with 5 in the top of the 8th. And we held them. I think they scored 1 in the bottom of the 8th. But, yeah, we held them. We had some really timely hitting from everybody in our group. It's a pretty good game.
Joe, these games are intense for a lot of reasons because a lot of the great players on Circus used to play with Sal Milazzo. You know, Sal was kind of considered the leader in softball. Best uniforms, best team, has done more for the game than anybody. Just a very, very highly respected guy. And here we have a game, Joe Caputo, who decides to become a pitcher late in life, and you're playing against your dad. What did you guys talk about before the game?
No, we talked about Mother's Day, actually. And we talked a little bit about my mom and nothing about softball, nothing softball related.
So you're telling me he won't give you any strategy tips. Is that the bottom line?
No, I'm sure he wants me to succeed, but I know deep down he wanted that win. You know, that's just the competitiveness in us. Just like I wanted to stick it to him. He wanted to stick it to me. But after the game, no big deal. We're back to normal.
Well, you're talking to one of the top 3 pitchers in the history of the game in 100 years. Zeman, Caputo, Tallow. I mean,
Sure.
your dad never would. He might not get behind in that count, right?
No, he doesn't walk anybody. I think I walked 2 guys last night. But that's just, just learning the game still. And, yeah, defensively there was nobody better, I don't think, than him.
No.
That's another thing. I try to follow in his footsteps, but it's a tough position. A lot of pressure, and, yeah, he was one of the best.
Joe, I'll let you go, but we're talking to the great Joe Caputo from the Circus Team. What do you see with Circus this year? You see some pretty intense games. You guys got a lot better. You picked up some new players, and they all seem to want to win very badly.
Yeah, we picked up, we got Chippy now. That's a huge pickup in our outfield. Who else we got? We picked up Joey Seaton, right? He's another outfielder. Our outfield's tough now. We got 3 fast, younger athletes. They're all around great athletes, and that's going to help us tremendously. And then we picked up Steven for the infield. We still got Jackson. Our infield's tough, and our outfield, so I think we're going to be a pretty good team this week.
Well, we're going to see you in Forest Park. That's the next time we'll talk to you. Joe, thanks for coming on. I'm going to actually wake up your dad and talk about the strategy. But
He might be cutting the lawn right now. You might want to give him a few minutes.
Oh, yes, we have to tell folks about the great lawn keeper, the one and only Pat Caputo. Joe, God bless, and the Caputo family is softball in Chicago. Have a nice day, Joe.
How you too. Thanks, George.
Hi, everybody. George Bliss on the line. We're doing a special today on a family dual threat. Joe Caputo, pitcher from the Circus Team, and, of course, his legendary father, Hall of Famer, popular man in the world, Pat Caputo. Pat, great game last night, kind of cold. What's it like losing to your son? I mean, are you angry, or you must be a little frustrated?
Nah, not really. You always want to root for your kids. You always want to win also. But I was very proud of him. He did play a good game. He pitched a real good game, caught our guys off balance a little bit. And, he came out with the victory.
You know what I saw, Pat? I've been watching you forever and going way back, and when you got inducted into the Hall. Joe has taken on the teachability, if you want to use the word, of getting way back and playing shortstop the minute he lets go of that ball. It looks like that it rubbed off on him, correct?
Yes, you know what? He does a real good job. He cheats a little bit, which, and I don't want to call it cheating, but he does know how to get back, and he knows how to drag a little bit, towards the shortstop hole or the second base hole. And he does a very good job with that, and he's ready to play defense. That's one of the main things for a pitcher to do is to play defense.
Well, I saw the Circus game coming. You got Duff on that team and all some great guys that used to play with you. And it seemed pretty intense, that game. That game was no typical game. That game went right down to the wire. And extra innings, and Circus was on top last night.
Yeah, they played us really tough, and it's always a tough match against them. As you know, part of their team are players that played with Signature, and it's kind of a rivalry with Circus and Signature. It's just that they came up on top this time. They played very well. Joe did a good job holding down our hitters, and that's part of the game. I mean, he did a great job, and we just didn't capitalize a couple times, and they came out ahead.
Pat, one last question. You guys picked up Joe Yaris. This week I just candidly said that Joe Yaris is either the best player, close to the best player in the entire game, and now Signature has him. But, I was watching last night, Chippy Kornankowski, he's now on Circus. So we're talking two major stars in the game going against each other, and all of a sudden they're on opposite sides. Incredible, wasn't it?
Yes, Chippy's very, very good outfielder. Very good. It's hard to hit it his way because he's going to get it. He's going to catch the ball. And Joe hasn't played much this year. He's only had a few swings, and he's going to come around, and he'll be big for Signature this year.
So you got Joe Yaris, MVP at Forest Park. Chippy, when he was a couple of years back, MVP. He had some big stars out there. Pat, I'm going to let you go, but let's look forward to the next big game, and who knows, maybe you guys will meet in Westchester, or heck, who knows this one, Pat? Maybe the finals in Forest Park. Wouldn't that be something?
You never know, George. Never know.
That's Hall of Famer Pat Caputo.